You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 149 of Tales from the Flipside. I'm here tonight with the boys, Dino, Sean, and Brian McClay. I believe Paul is going to join us in a little bit. Tonight, we're going to start out, big topic of the night is talking about places to sell other than eBay. And is eBay the place to sell? Are there better options? So we'll get into that shortly. Do want to shout out a couple shows on the channel and just touch base on a couple things. The Comic Book Women tomorrow night have a big guest with Megan Hutchison, the artist for Crossover, and that should be a fantastic show. Great interview for them. So check them out. Please, like, subscribe to the channel to check out all that great content, as well as, a great show and some topics. Brian, you guys want to get into this tonight?
This is a very pertinent topic for me because I'm starting to sell a lot of my stuff. And these are all very, very interesting questions for me that I need to know ASAP. So I've been really talkative about how worrisome I am selling on eBay on a lot of the shows I've been in lately. And whether that's the only place that we kind of have anymore with, everything that's going on. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this, man.
So I think, let's get it out of the way. eBay is the biggest and the easiest. That's where we all go first, right? If you find out a book, that's where you're checking. That's where we check our prices. That's where you're looking to see what sold last. I mean, it has lots of pluses. I think it's kind of become a bit of a button topic again because they switched away from PayPal. If you haven't switched yet, you're probably going to be due here in the next couple of months to their own managed payment system, much like Amazon uses, where they collect the cash, they process all your fees, and then they'll send it to your bank account. From my experience, if you sell a book on Friday, you're not going to get paid until Monday, and it's not going to be in your bank until Tuesday. So that's the biggest downfall. They don't do anything on the weekend. They don't do anything on holidays. So like Thanksgiving was a week where I waited almost a week for payments. Plus side, you're not paying them a monthly invoice fee of all your sales at the end of the month, and your PayPal goes from a few $100 to zero on a good month. But we all know about eBay, right? We all know the pros, the cons.
Yeah, I mean, but they did switch it up though. So, and then, I know people are worried about things like tax thresholds. Like you get your paperwork, you have to have two things you have to set. You have got to be 200 sales and over $20,000. That includes like their shipping and fees like that. The one thing that's nice about the streamlined new sales way, the new managed payments thing, the one thing nice about that is when you're trying to keep records and tax records, you're not doing it in two places, you're doing it in one.
That is a plus.
I opened a new bank account specifically for that, and it's turned into like a savings account. Because every time I see, because you know what I mean? If I got a bunch of money in PayPal and I see something for like $20, I just buy it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't have this set up to everything like that. So to be honest, I haven't actually touched the money that I've made in there. And it's just a lot easier to keep track of. And it's like, I think it's cheaper, but it's like negligibly cheaper. It's not.
I've not seen any significant discount in fees. If we're talking anything, it's 0.1% or something, maybe.
And they still charge that rip-off 30 cents.
Yes.
The no reason 30 cents that PayPal charges you for transactions. And so it's not that great.
The biggest complaint I've heard is just the slow payment, and they're like, well, we're not gonna eat the loss. We're gonna wait for it all to process. Since we kind of talk about the big dog, Amazon. Anybody here else sell on Amazon ever on comics?
No, I tried. We do because we have one friend that's been big time in using both, and he showed me on my computer his stuff, but we were pretty fucking hammered. So I unfortunately don't remember everything that he showed me and all the good tricks and stuff. And it was super. I know it wasn't that it's not as easy. The payments aren't as easy. And then, the shipping, it's just real weird. And the other thing about us, especially, it's harder to get a bunch of eBay. You can get accurate pictures. Like we all know that when you buy a book on Amazon, it's a crapshoot about how it's going to ship, how it's going to come. eBay, the feedback system was a lot more clear. So, and I did follow his lead, and probably 3 or 4 years ago, opened an Amazon account to sell. I listed books. Honestly, not one sold. And I know that they do sell on there, so I'm not trying to say that necessarily to discourage sales in that way, but like not one book sold. So I didn't really have an experience. I delisted everything.
I did it for a while. I had probably 40 books listed, and in the course of 6 months, I sold maybe 4 or 5, and I got no feedback. So you can't get feedback easily. To put the images up there, unless you pay to be a seller, you can't input listings. So you have to tack on to another listing, which may or may not be a good listing for what you're trying to sell. And then there's restricted products. I won't say you can't sell there, but I think you got to really commit the time if you want to do it,
What are the fees right now for eBay?
eBay is about the same as it was.
It's like 13%, basically. Yeah. And if you have a store subscription, you get 1% knocked off, I think. So it's 9 instead of 10, and then the processing fees. It was always, to me, the easy way for me to try to think about it was I was around, because paying for the store, it was somewhere around 9% fees from before this management, 9% for me and 3% for PayPal. That's just like, to remember simply, PayPal is 2.7 or whatever, something, but that's the easy way just to remember around 12.
It's still real close to that,
Yeah, it's 12, 13. Some people are saying they're higher, and I've seen stuff like that. Yeah, but I, in my experience, it just hasn't. Maybe it's because I have a store. I'm not sure. I could do the math. I know that I'm kind of stuck with whatever those fees are. So it's
whatever
it's almost like I don't cry over.
I think the bigger you are, the better off you're doing somewhere. Like there's an incremental win, but for an occasional seller, I don't think we're winning.
And I thought Amazon, and I thought going back to Amazon, I thought the return policy was kind of crazy too.
The return policy is you have to, pretty much. You don't have a choice. But I don't know if it matters anymore with eBay. I mean, do you really have a choice there?
Not particularly. I don't know. I mean, you can turn them off, but people can fight you. But not everybody knows that. It's just because we sell it. We know people who get screwed, and we all occasionally get screwed. Mm-hmm. That we sort of know. So I don't think the typical 30 feedback eBay buyer knows that they can pretty much return whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean,
if you lie,
yes.
Which please don't. But yeah,
people do.
Yeah,
I mean, they say Amazon's tougher. Amazon just doesn't require them to tell you why they're returning it. Like, it's a comic, it didn't fit. They don't even ask that. Just we want to return it. The other thing on Amazon was the shipping fees are pretty much set. Like, if you're sending this rate, this is the product category price you're charging.
Yeah. So
you didn't have much wiggle room there. I know you just tried Mercari for this first time, right, Sean?
I did. I had bought on Mercari, but when they first started. So as far as I can tell, the system is different. I'm trying to look at the sales picture. The first comics I bought, it's just I remember being like eBay. I pay for it and they send it, and that's it. But this time I threw a book up just to see, and because I had a few of them, and so this guy hit me up, and we were trying to make a deal, and he said he'd pay the next day, and so I had a bunch of watchers on the book, and I had more than one of them, so I asked if I could, and it's a 9.8, so it wasn't like I was giving him a different copy, so I asked if I make a separate listing for him, and I did that, the same picture, same everything, same book. And I sold it to him, and I guess so. He right when he got the book, it was delivered on a Friday morning. Right when he got the book, he marked feedback for me, and then I had to mark for him, and then they released my funds. So that is what's up. And to be honest, I haven't. It's I don't. So let me see. So I sold this. They don't even have the price on here, of course. I'll say so 325, and I took home 325. I took home 282.77. So
Wow,
Uh,
it's quite a bit.
yeah. So basically, that was like 13%.
So about standard.
So it's about standard. And I paid, and I had it as free shipping. I pad in shipping. I'm gonna have some more listings next year. I know I'm gonna have some bite the bullet, put some cheaper stuff up instead of just being lazy. And
How much would you pay for somebody to ship your stuff? Like, what extra percent would you pay if somebody was shipping your stuff?
I mean, I know what shit costs, so like, it just people can, you know what I mean. So
I'm just saying, for the time aspect and the hassle of doing
I
it.
tell you what, I hate listing more than I hate shipping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same thing, right? Like, so for example, if there was a service out there that you could send books to, and they sell your books, they do all the shipping, they do everything, you just sell them, they just sell them. What would that percentage? What percentage would be okay? Would 40% be okay? 30%? 20%? 15%?
I don't know percentage wise. I mean, I've shipped so much stuff. I know what shit costs to ship. You know what I mean? Like, so I either charge around that price, and then or I just I'm okay with paying like whatever that is. Like if it's a slab, and it's not something I need like mega insurance on or something like that. I expect to pay $10 to $15. Because a flat rate is what, like $12.50 or something.
13, yeah, $13.
I think on eBay call it 13. Yeah, so it's like that's at worst. And I'm actually probably even more cognizant because I'm in California, so like the people in the center of the country get a little more of a break because they can do weighted shipping. But if I sell a slab to Florida or something like that, I pretty much just do the flat rate box.
Yeah, it was 15. Yeah, it was when me and you were doing it. It was 15 in California for me. I mean, I'm in the middle too. It was brutal.
I will tell you what, if you're in the Midwest and not doing the global shipping program, you're a fool. Because I can send a priority box from Indianapolis to Kentucky, where the global shipping thing is, for like $7.
Yeah,
when I see those sales, I'm like, cha-ching.
Yeah, and I like global shipping because it's like you're off the hook.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I treat the package any worse or anything, but it's just like you're good
because if it shows up there on damage, you're fine.
eBay tested last.
This is a good question. Have you ever messed up the shipping charge? I never messed up the shipping charge because we had set templates where it was like raws and graded, so that was cooked in there already for like 5. Well, we did free shipping, but you know what I'm saying. You just got to calculate the price when you go. Like if you get free shipping, you're going to get higher in the algorithm too, right? I mean, it's like you got to think about eBay algorithm too. I mean, free shipping, bestseller, I guess, is another one. I mean, we can go down.
Bestseller's not worth it anymore. I mean, you got to do the 30-day open returns, no reason, and you got to ship within 1 day. I found I can't fucking do it unless it's your primary business.
And I do the sponsored listings or whatever.
Yeah,
I put almost everything. This was Tony's idea a long time ago, but on mine, I usually do 1% on everything, and it doesn't always sell through that. It sells by just a lot of it's just set by search. Comics are so specific, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the other problem I think with the Amazon thing. It's like you're looking for a specific copy. You kind of need to know everything about what you buy.
Do you think, though, that comics has somebody, I think it was, by the way, everybody, just to let everybody know why you do not see Nico here tonight. Why do you not see Nico here tonight, Dino?
He's been placed on administrative leave for his outbursts and his uncontrollable rage, i.e. his blatant disregard of unfollowing Cobra Commander Gal on Instagram. That's a big problem, and other people. So he's his blatant disregard of his Instagram posts.
So I'll speak well of the dead. Nico once told me that he thinks that eBay is no longer like it used to be with comics, where you could just put up a bunch of comics and people will search them out. Now, so many people do their buying when they just go and search comics and list what's new, and they just browse and they go, "Oh, I like that. I want that. I like that. I want that." How do you guys think that's the case?
I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah, me neither.
I used to scour the brand new listings and try and hit some occasional buy it nows.
Yeah, Ben's new it listed is the best way to go.
I do have saved. I mean, I have saved searches for sure. You know what I mean? And I know some of them are so broad, and I might be looking for something so rare. I'm hoping it slips through the crack. You know what I mean? So and then that's how you end up finding some stuff. You know what I mean? Like weird Masters of the Universe crap usually, but yeah.
All right, so I do want to hit on a couple of the more mainstream ones before we kind of get into the newer and more kind of less explored stuff. I mean, you can always do, if you've got Primo stuff, you can do Comic Link, Comic Connect. If you got real Primo shit, Heritage.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't think, if you don't know about those, I mean, they're going to take 10 to 20%. They're going to charge some buyer fees. You're going to get some serious views and probably good money on them, but you know, if you've got a common book, you may have to wait 2 or 3 auctions because there's, you know, a Amazing Spider-Man 129 of every grade in each auction.
I will say though, if you don't know about Heritage, Nico did an interview last week with the Heritage guys, which is a really great interview with the
Heritage
top
grader,
Heritage grade comic book grader, and
stuff.
and the guy who buys everything. So
yeah, very good stuff.
So
Yeah.
How about that, Stagoo? Nice work, Dino.
that's what I do, brother.
The other one kind of in that group that's probably a little more common, man, is that My Comic Shop. I know several of us have experience there.
That's kind of what I was getting to. Like, I feel like My Comic Shop is that kind of place where they do all your shipping, right? They do all your.
Yeah, they're definitely they're the best. It's like between 8 and 10% fees. So that's the best you're gonna get. You got to pay to ship it to them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, which can be expensive. They'll do your raws, but I mean they dog shit hammer you on the grades, which is okay because when at least it's not okay when they don't put back scans. That pisses me off. But like the fact that they undergrade, like it gives them a better reputation because I buy a ton of books there, and because I fix them myself, you know what I mean. It's really a pro for me. But I've had mixed results with their auctions. I've had it's not the place to sell like variants. Not to me anyway. But if
you don't do well for run filler stuff. Yeah.
Well, but if you want to sell through them, like if you just like, man, I want to pull 25 slabs out, they'll almost take all. If only something is like super common, do they make you have like a 9.8? Almost everything else is like they'll take almost any slab. They got a little behind, I think. So like if you're just like, oh man, I don't want to list these 25 slabs, and you put them on there, and now they take offers, but I haven't really used that function.
Here's the other thing.
I've got 2 books there, and that's because they haven't sold.
Well, here's the other thing too is that people don't know is My Comic Shop back in the day used to be able to just put books in there and they didn't sell for years. They would just sit there. Now they have like some kind of policy where if it doesn't sell within a certain amount of time and you don't, I forget what it was, like you don't pay the storage fee or some shit, it goes to auto auction.
Oh yeah. I did see that. And I haven't done that. Or you got to pay like a storage fee, or you got to eventually auction it. Yeah. And I've had hits and misses on the auctions on there, and you know, and to be honest, it was just like I wanted to get auction, I wanted to clear out some slabs, and I wanted to pay the lowest fees that I could for it. And so they have their prime auctions. They used to do monthly auctions. They don't get as many watchers on their weekly auctions. They can go through more books, but like I'm going to be honest. I used to be pretty diligent about Monday morning checking out, because I'm a last minute bidder for most stuff. You know what I mean? I don't bid a week ahead of time on things. So on Monday mornings I check out their auctions, and I kind of, when they switched to week, and I make sure it was like a monthly event, and you get some killer deals, you know, and other stuff where you just get outbid. And so it was a great place for me. But like once they went weekly, I was just just not as into it. And there's probably even better deals, but it's like, you know, a lot of it's just crap. So I don't know, but it's a good. I like My Comic Shop overall, like really as a company.
You know what you're doing. It's a very solid place to use. You'll get some extra eyes. You'll get some extra exposure.
Yeah.
And the consignment girl's a really nice girl. What's her name, dude? It's
Esther Begato.
Yeah, Esther Begato is the nicest person in the world. Like if you have questions, she's always there and be available to get answered. She knows where your stuff is. If you have special requests, you know, they kind of take care of you. You know, if you can't find a book, you just email her and say, "Hey, I got this crazy variant that you don't have in your system." She's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." Yeah.
So some other places I kind of wanted to hit. Anybody done Facebook Marketplace or Instagram sales? Anybody had any luck there?
I bought a ton on Facebook Marketplace, but I've never sold.
I have bought a ton. I've never sold. I would like to start selling.
Why
on
have you bought a
Instagram.
ton? I would like to know, because like I've purchased maybe 6 things in 6 years.
I recently joined this group and I bought some stuff, but it's just things that I know can sell that I don't see on eBay, or I can cut out the middleman, or I can get rid of, I can like PayPal that, I don't have to get, overpriced, I guess. I mean,
So you're seeing it on the local marketplace, or are you seeing it like national?
national in groups. Okay. I bought some stuff locally too when I see it's a good deal. But
I think Facebook groups is a great thing. I love Facebook live auctions.
They have a virtual garage now, like a virtual garage sale. Half Price Crook, our boy Half Price Crook, I don't want to really out him, but he's like saying that he's like, I don't want to go over to eBay and stuff like that. I guess there's a virtual garage sale on Facebook now where you can set up, and
you know what I love about Half Price Crook? Half Price Crook's like one of the last still true real comic store pickers. You know what I mean?
For sure, dude.
Like he is still out there picking in stores. You know what I mean? It's
Dude, they closed
rare.
They closed California, man.
Yep.
A lot of my shops aren't open. I can't help it.
Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. My shop's all shut down. They'll open like a day here, a day there, and then somebody will get sick or something, and they'll shut down. Or it's weird, man. It's weird out here on the West Coast.
That brings us to this point. What about consignment with your own brick and mortar LCS if they're open and if you can work a decent rate? That's
I
interesting.
would love to do that.
I've seen some that do it, but it depends what rate they're going to charge you.
Yes.
So,
And do you truly get that much exposure to a lot of them versus eBay?
Dude, we had our store in Santa Monica, and we were able to do cross promotion events, and they're like 10 of us. He'd let us set up in there on a Saturday and sell. And we did it a few times, but it was really it was really nice of them to let us do that. And then and the problem with some of it though, like I don't find tons of, I don't, it could be where I live. I mean, you got like Torpedo and Vegas and stuff like that. And I'm not even sure which places out here have like the most like wall books. Like I find shit on the internet and I'm like, how come these comic people that own comic stores don't find like shit like I find and fucking resell it?
They wait for it to come in the door.
Because it's just like they spend a lot of time on their, I mean, I spend more time selling the shit I buy, but I just sort of wonder about them.
Has anybody used consigners other than their shop? I mean, I just because you guys led in here with this LCS question, I have used a couple of Instagram consigners because I did the math. I'm like, these guys have 20 times the following I do. They're going to get some more eyes. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to sell there if you've only got 500 followers is not many.
I tried to
Hashtags.
Yeah, hashtags is a big thing.
Still, it's you're only going to get so much.
A lot of people are searching those hashtags on a regular basis now to buy books, man.
Yeah, you can follow them like
on Instagram.
Yeah, you just follow a hashtag, and then
IG Comic Fam, Comics for Sale.
Well, there is.
Comic
You
sales.
still got to get enough hits on those tags, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't hit everybody's feet.
Yeah, when we did it,
I tried selling some real bread and butter books at 500 followers, and I got nothing at even good prices.
We had like 2,000 or 3,000, Sean. We had a bunch of looky-loos, kind of like it was people who were like, "Oh, what's the price?" And then they would be like, "Can I get it for like some insane crazy low price?" Or they're like, "Oh, thanks for asking," or like, "I'll just check in." Like it's like, it's a lot of investment in time of sending back DMs to people that just at the end of the day, they're just price checking you.
That's why eBay at the end of the day, it's just like
it's easiest.
It's right fucking there, and like you have to look shit up on there. You know what I mean? Like when I price out, I mean all the pricing apps we have are great, but like when I'm pricing out like if I'm gonna sell books somewhere, like let's say I can sign a book to my comic shop, I'm looking at if they have other copies of it, I'm mostly looking at those other copies. And if I'm selling on eBay, it's a habit to look up what it's sold for on eBay. I want to know because that's my competition. So it's just easy if you don't have time to control all these other things and control your own websites and stuff like that.
I've seen a lot of the shops and a lot of people go into these, IG and Facebook auction styles, but are most of those vendors consigning? A lot of them are selling their own stuff or partnering up with shops. And, I know our boy Bird City Comics has a huge business on Facebook, but I think he's mostly selling his own stuff, correct?
Yeah, he's selling his own stuff. You know, he'll buy out collections, or you know, he's got exclusives and stuff like that he sells. But he does it all through his webpage and through Facebook auctions, live auctions, man. And
but I wouldn't say that's less work. I mean, he's busting his butt to do that.
he is
And
he is working his ass off. Yeah.
I'm gonna give some free cornbread out because the Instagram thing. So like people get stuck on like what's hashtags to follow. There's a website called best-hashtags.com, and basically like I put in. Let me actually zoom in so you actually see what's going on. So like this is the best. Chris Colbert said he sold a Daredevil one. So I just typed in Daredevil. Right here is like you just hit copy and paste in your thing, and these are like the hottest Daredevil hashtags that are in the
What is
tank.
BHFYP?
I don't know what that is. I see it in every one.
Yeah, it's on every single one of them, and I'm like, I'm not going to put that on there. What is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably best. It's either their website or
It means you're getting
Best hashtags for
your people. I don't know.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Or product maybe.
it means you're selling yourself.
Yeah,
I know that's what it means. Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah. That's why I've been getting so many fucking calls lately, man.
yeah. So there's a
That and Keith over at the Bogcast. Every new piece of merch that the Bogcast has is some dude fucking like it's got a picture of my face on the shirt, and it's like some dude that's modeling it, and I'm like, dude, you're killing me, bro.
So this is like Wolverine. So you just type in whatever you want to type in. And I mean, they do a hashtag. I used to be able to hashtag like a million things, but there's like a 30 hashtag limit now on Instagram. But still, I mean, just give you the most amount of hits. You were talking about how to get more hits. That's how you get more hits. And then I'd add IG Comic Family, comics for sale. But this is a good one for general.
Yeah, general hits.
Yeah, general hits. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I've been watching the chat. I have a couple others I want to hit because I know we're running a little longer.
Talking about the chat real quick. Hey, thank you, live chat. You guys are awesome. You guys make the show. The show is awesome. So much better when you guys are kicking like you guys do, and we really love the reaction and appreciate you guys. So keep it up.
So I've seen questions about Atomic Avenue and Comic Collector Live.
Yep.
I have never used them to sell. My thought is they're a little basic and you don't have a lot of options to them. You can find a deal on occasion, but there's a lot of canceling and a lot of, nobody does a real good job of feedback. I can't comment on selling there. I don't know anybody that actually has. I just find it to be a tough marketplace to buy from. Yeah, I don't see the advantages as a seller. Why you would do that versus anywhere else?
Yeah, well, and I think it's sort of like some of those started more as like a way of tracking your collection, and then you could like put prices on it, kind of deal. You know what I mean? So I think probably used them as more as that kind of tracking tool. So that I think that's it. I mean, I don't know. I usually can sniff people out. Is pretty much is pretty much how it goes. Pay. And people asking about IG or something like that, and you don't know them. If they don't got much of an account, you don't feel like trusting them. It seems too good to be true. It's probably too good to be true. You don't hear about that many hit and run scams. Most people that bother to sell aren't brand new people that are like, oh, I'm just gonna have brand new and start selling comics on Instagram today. Like and don't play friends and family to someone. And you can even I haven't had to do it, but I can see you can even challenge that now, the friends and family deal. So I'm not saying do that. If you don't know anybody, be like, or like you think it's
100%.
If it's $100, be like, and they insist on friends and family, be like, okay, I'll pay you $103, and I'll pay the 3%.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, my rule on friends and family is I don't do it unless I know them, or it's an amount I don't care if I get screwed on.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
every
do
once in a while, if I'm willing to do it, great. But I know there's a chance I'm going to get screwed.
I don't even do it for Z because I don't trust him.
Don't fucking use Google Wallet.
Yeah,
you can get your money back.
Got to send fucking checks and
or Zelle's another good one, boys.
I gotta go do Western Union sometimes here. So
dude.
What are you talking about? Use the hell out of Google Wallet, because that's how you give Super Chat money. So use the hell out of Google Wallet.
Oh shit!
Damn,
that exists.
I had just a couple other things. I mean, I've seen some other stuff listed. People have mentioned Hip Comics. I've heard about that one. There's ICE, which is what
Dollar
International
Bin.
Comic Exchange, which is the Canadian one. One that I keep seeing on Instagram is that Short Box, which seems to be pushing originally towards dealers, but seems to be getting a hell of a lot of movement.
Really? Yeah, because I mean, I downloaded it. I haven't bought anything, and I haven't applied to be a dealer or whatever. But at least they do have applications, and I'm not even sure how that works. I'm sure they don't store your books. I'm sure it's just
No. I've looked real heavily at it because it's like I would like to get some money outside of eBay on these big books.
Yeah,
And they seem to be a little bit of an application system, and then it's a pretty straight, I think 8 or 10% fee structure. But it does look like a pretty slick thing. I think if you've built yourself a nice marketplace, if you can kind of be one of these people that emerges from here, it's going to be interesting. If you can be one of those, I don't know if it's going to be Hip, if it's going to be ICE, if it's going to be Short Box, if it's going to be some of these other ones. But I mean, there is a niche to take some market from eBay because we're all like, eBay take what they want. They don't really give us anything new. There's not a lot of protection from a seller.
It's more. They add more and more freaking restrictions and dumb shit you have to list, and like people want to say like they want you to write uncertified on everything that's not on there, and then the fact that that you can pay CGC for authenticity of it's a regular ass comic, right? If you don't know if Batman 420 is the real Batman 420, you're really gonna pay eBay to have CGC tell you? I don't. Yeah, not at all.
JJ Maxwell just asked again about Atomic Avenue. His next thing was their reach has eroded over the last couple of years. I agree. I don't even search there anymore. I mean, it's like that fifth place where like, man, maybe somebody left a copy up there, but even if they did, they're probably going to cancel on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you see like Loesch 23s for like $1 or $5 back in the day, like and it's auto canceled, I just gave up. I'm like, dude,
I've had this guy that's like I don't think is active, but he's had this like Raider pullover that's like really hard to find, but it's for too high, right? And I'm like, I don't think this guy remembers he put this on eBay. Like I've sent him, I send him offers, I let him expire, stuff like that. I see it on watch list, and I went to watch count, and I see like other people have made all these offers. I don't think they all expire. I'm like, this guy doesn't remember he has an eBay account, man. I should just fucking buy it. But,
you should.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's $100. It's not worth that. So it's like half that.
You could do it.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. We'll see. But yeah, but that's happened. Same, and I've seen other weird accounts like that that have just eventually. I think people just don't even know we're on anymore.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so good chat, gentlemen. That was a solid discussion. Good stuff. I did want to mention before we transition to the next segment, Modern Playbook is moving to Wednesdays. So if you've been tuning in Saturday nights, those fellows are going to do some stuff Wednesday.
We might move this Sunday morning, but this one will be Wednesday. So we're just trying to find a good time slot, just so everybody knows.
Saturday night is now filled with Modern Comic Mayhem.
Yep, the Modern Comic Mayhem guys are every Saturday night, I think like 10 o'clock Eastern.
So we're giving you 2 modern shows a week, guys.
Excellent. And we're talking a little Comic 101 here. I think the Mayhem guys on Saturday night will be doing some Comic 101 stuff, hopefully as segments and stuff like that. So maybe this will be something they'll hit on a little bit more and some other interesting stuff like that. So keep your eye on them over at Saturday night.
So like and subscribe if you need some more content.
Yep, hit that bell, and every time a new show is out on the channel, guys, you'll get notified. And don't miss Comic Book Women. That's the good one. All right, here we go. Before we bring in our next guest, I'm going to talk a little bit about why we're bringing them on. So the Hot 10 last week, I get a message, and that's from our guest, and he says, "Hey, I got a couple books to give away. Here are the books." And I say, "Okay, cool." And I don't know much about what they are. And I say, "Well, what's going on with these?" He goes, just keep your eyes open, this and that. So, I go, okay, whatever. So he hits me up and he goes, "All right, check this out. So here's the book. Let's see if we can bring him on here. Hey, Ben, you around, brother? Where you at, B?" There he is.
Shouldn't want to be smoking weed on camera.
What up, Ben?
What's up, boss? How you been?
Good, dude. How you doing?
All right, so
I'm all right, bro.
so I get a message from Bensy, and he goes, "Yeah, I got a couple books to give away. I'll give more details as they come." And these are the images he sends me, and obviously we all know this image, High Republic book that's coming out soon. It is an homage to the first appearance of Ahsoka, which everybody's going crazy for, and yeah, so I talk about it on the Hot 10, and all of a sudden, I said we're going to give a set away, and usually you do that to me. Like you'll just say, "Hey, I got a couple books to give away," and I'll just say, "Cool, here are a couple books," and we get that from a lot of people. Much love to everybody that does that, and we'll just give books away. And this set, I've had like 10 people message me, "What is going on with these? What's the deal with them?" And so we just thought we'd bring them on and let them explain to you. So talk a little bit about this new variant you got going here.
Well, first of all, it's spicy, right?
Yeah.
Look at that thing. My goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness. So at some point, somebody had said to me they wanted to do a Star Wars variant. I kept saying no. And then finally I said, okay, if we can get someone to agree to do Clone Wars 1 and have it be one of the top Star Wars artists from around, I'll agree to get in on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not going to drag this on forever because I talk a lot. I will just say Paolo, probably butchering the name and I apologize, knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Limited to
it's gorgeous.
600 sets.
Yeah, this
They
is
both have the same. So 600 sets. So 600.
600 sets. That's it. Period.
Okay.
The end.
And this is the crazy thing because, we've talked about on plenty of shows how something like this can be done, and can exclusives really be limited, and how does that work? How is this going to work for these books, Ben?
It's true, Dennis. So we took a page from IG Comic Store. Anyone who's shopped there knows that when you get one of their exclusives, you will get a remainder. They rip the whole cover off. They take the whole cover off. You get 2 comics, one to read, one to keep, collect, flip, whatever you want to do with it. So we're going to include a remainder copy. Our remainder copies, we're just taking a corner off. We're just going to rip a corner off. We're going to catalog all this, photos. We're going to take it as we go along. As a backup policy, every single one is going to have a numbered 1 to 600 sticker. So, and then at the end, everything that's been destroyed or remaindered is going to get donated to local YMCAs, Boys and Girls Clubs, anywhere that people want comics, in its Star Wars, in
Hospitals.
Everything, brother, everything.
I think that's cool.
VA places, anyway.
I think that's really cool, man. Being able to give all those extra copies away, because if people don't realize, we've talked about this before. When you go to do these exclusives through these big companies, you got to do it for so many books, and there's going to be a lot of copies. If you plan on limiting the sets like they're planning on doing with this book, you got to do something with those other copies. And I agree, just destroying them outright is probably not the best way to handle it. Giving them to these places is a better bet, that's for sure. And now you're actually limiting very nice copies of the book that are out there. Any plans to sell sets in bundles? What's the deal with that?
We might already be sold out of bundles, but we had a few left. We priced them to move. At first, people get that's too high, and then we said, okay, cool. We're not lowering it. I think they're 120, 125, and you get the 1 in 10, the 1 in 25. Which I'm sorry, the 1 in 25. 4 thumbs down.
Which one don't you? Which one is that? Is that the green one here?
Yeah, the one of these things does not belong cover.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting, man. So, what is this ventures? Where can they get this? What's going on with this?
Comicbookexclusives.com. It's live now. Full transparency. They're moving quick, and that's not a ploy to sell you. And on the other hand, those who are listing them on eBay, cool it. We still have them on the site. Like, cool down. You're like 4 horses ahead of the cart here.
Yeah. Well, congrats on pulling this one off. Very cool cover. I like that you're limiting the 600 and giving the other remainder copies away. And which was very interesting because I'd never heard that term remainder. And
It's from the golden age.
Yeah, and what that means is you're basically ripping like a quarter of the cover off, and that's how they used to send comics back when they didn't sell them.
The top usually, yeah.
Yeah, which is very interesting, and I like that we're kind of going back to that term. Yeah,
you can't fathom throwing 2,400 books out.
No,
just read them.
It's Star Wars, man. People appreciate Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
I'll send everyone in here a remainder copy. Don't worry.
I don't know why I stare at this, and all I can think of is Paul because he's staring out into the mythos.
We actually had Paul model for this, but we were supposed to wait for the big reveal.
Makes sense. I mean, all I can see is Paul staring into the vastness of space.
It's actually just his backyard. So, all right, I know you guys have a market report to do. I appreciate you guys letting me have some time.
We will be giving a pair of these away, I guess, on Hot 10 coming up this week. So make sure you guys tune into the Hot 10 this week to win a set of these books.
Thanks, Ben.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye, bro.
Later, brother. All right.
On to the market report. We got to talk some books.
On to the market report, brother. Let's get at it.
This is going to be the best one since Nico's on administrative leave.
Yeah,
I
Nico.
know, right?
Nico didn't even contribute. I kicked his one contribution out. I had to don't jump ahead.
Dang.
Geez.
Dang it! you didn't do them in order. Damn it! You did it alphabetical.
I always do it alphabetical.
Oh boy.
I know you don't have them all on here, do you?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I paired up the doubles. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with the boring shit. I got an order. I got a reason. I built a crescendo.
Oh. Wow.
I started with the shit that we got to talk about it because we got to fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
Some Thor, God of Thunder. The number 2 standard book, 9.8, hit 500. A mere 30 days ago, it was a $175 book. If you haven't figured out why it's jumped, then your head is under a rock, and I don't know that you're on the right show. The other book that I decided to just kind of look at to see where it was the number 6 with the Origin and the Null. Not nearly as drastic. It went from 300 on 10-1 to a little over 4. So it's not jumped as much. Number 2 is the real winner right now. But something to keep an eye on and just see what happens,
I think that this book is... I'm so angry I didn't get it, but I'm so happy that Christian Bale is playing Gore because I am not an owner. I don't have a single Thor God of Thunder book anymore. I read this as my Wednesday, like the first book I'd read every Wednesday, and then sold the set, I think, when they started doing the Jane Foster stuff. And it's one of my all-time favorite stories. I wish I would have bought more just to own for PC because I really love the character. I love that Gore character.
You just didn't think about it then.
No. Same way with Ahsoka. I don't own a first appearance of Ahsoka.
What about Leg? Leg's the ultimate Thor guy. Let's hear what he has to say about it. What do you think, man?
I think it's great. I mean, this was one of my favorite runs. My favorite Marvel Now run. To be honest with you, it's not like I've reread it. I mean, I got them all off the newsstand as they came back out. But like, yeah, I mean, so the God Bomb, all the everything from that God of Thunder Aaron run was just amazing. So, I mean, I have 198 left, but it's one that has debris in the case. I'm thinking about just selling it anyway. And because you can but you got to knock something off because unfortunately it's something that they'll fix for free. But of course, right? Of course, I haven't sent it back, and I'm sitting here and I can have $500. So I like it. I mean, I think the spec's good. It should be around for a while. I actually thought the number 6 was going to keep going higher, but I mean, it's not. Is it first null or not first null? You know what I mean? I mean, I know people were like putting it up for like $1,000, right? That's the reason for number 6, right?
Yeah. I think I saw the Origin was also in there of Gore. So
Yeah. So anyway,
I don't know. We'll watch. This one's going to be interesting to me because I don't have a clue. Listen, I don't have a clue where most of it's going anymore. I won't even fucking lie. I just watch and tell you what I see. I tell you what sticks out, and some of you hate it, some of you love it. Some of you are like grumpy old man, arr, arr, arr. And I'm like, yeah, I am, but I at least admit when I'm wrong. I do remember this being a hell of a story, but I sold my one set when it hit like $100, and I was like,
so did I.
was like, yep. This is crazy talk. Gone.
Yeah.
All right. The other book I feel that if I don't talk about, you guys will freaking murder me. We got to talk about Thrawn. I didn't talk the 9/8s because they just keep going up. I thought, let's check on the 9/6s. I had a newsstand that I was staring at that I think was like a 9.45 that I let go raw for about $550, and I was like, 9/6 was $700, 9/4s were $350. I'll take $550 and walk away. And then the next day I look and this fucker goes for $1,000 or $1,100, and I go, I should have probably gambled on that 9/6. I don't think it would have got there, but I should have gambled on it. That's a hell of a lot of money for a 9/6, man. It's a hell of a lot.
That's a lot for 9/6. Well, you know, there's so many of these 9/6s, like, you know, that I'm grading 9/6s now. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a great point.
And you're like,
yeah, and I'm not just that book, but like you know what I mean? People are like, well, fuck it, I can't afford it. And same with like my Teen Titans 12s. I was like, these aren't 9/8, so I'm gonna do it. I lucked out and I got the two of the nice ones that had one of each cover. They both came back 9/6, and I sold the set for like $600 or something like that.
Well, I think Matty DeVoe was the preacher of this. He's like, if it's close, go for the 9/6, man. You'll get a premium.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you should, and you know what? And as we constantly, trust me, as I constantly prove, I checked somebody's grades today, and they wanted a 9/8 in a couple of these books for a specific reason, and I was like, I'm sorry to tell you, there's no shit chance in hell, and then you get it back, and like they're both 9/8s, and other things that are 9/8s aren't 9/8s. And you're like, well, whatever. You win some, you lose some. So there's in good books, man. There's no sense not to gamble if it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. This book here was a little bit of a heartache personally. I sent these to you, and you pressed them, and the post office fucking mangled them for me back and dung every.
I told you I'll try to fix them again.
I know you should have tried, but it was like there was color breaks and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. What's the point of sending them back to not feel good about it?
Yeah.
But it was a heartbreaker of a book because I had a couple of, like, that newsstand before had a shot at a 9, easy 9/6.
Yeah.
Far 9/8, and when it came back, it was not.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, man. It was not your fault. The post office did an impressive job with the tank on it, man.
Yeah.
You cannot stop the post office.
This is interesting too, because that KOTOR book is just like doing this.
Well, I tell you what, that's a book I don't feel bad about. I sold a raw one at very close to 400 and feel great. I'm all right. It wasn't a 9/8. I sold the raw one. Great.
I'm contemplating selling my raws, man, just to get them out there rather than just grading them.
I think it just depends how good you feel. If it's 9, if it's a 9/6. If it's a 9/4 or below, don't bother. But if it's 9/6, you got to think about it.
Yeah, like you said, Chris Colbert said that 9/4s are selling for 400 plus right now.
Fucking insanity.
I don't understand the closeness in price for these books because I think the newsstand's got to be significantly rarer than the standard. The standard at a 9/6, I would not be buying at that price because that thing's going to get flooded.
The newsstand's way easier to press though. There's like it's like a square bound gloss on that
so there's a pressability issue.
100%, dude. You can fix the newsstand. It's hard to fix the but people don't know this shit. That's why they pay that much money. But you know what I mean? Like it's just so the one you can it's so thin that it's not like a.
It's got a gloss on it.
there's
the
a gloss over
non-newsstand
it.
has like a
Yeah.
gloss on it.
It's
That
a
might,
gloss,
melt.
and it doesn't have staples. It has it's square bound, but it's so
Oh,
thin
shit.
that it's not like a square bound.
Yeah.
It doesn't have staples, I don't think.
I didn't
No,
notice that.
mine has staples.
What about the?
Is
What
yours
about the
direct?
toy pack one?
What's the
No.
other one? I've had, dude. Somebody sent
The
me
comic pack one
copies.
is the one you're talking about that has the gloss on it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, the
I think
comic.
so, yeah.
I see. I've never owned one, but I pressed a bunch, so it's like, so that's a comic. Okay,
Yeah, that's a toy.
Because
brand.
because somebody sent me all three.
That was me, by the way.
What's a 7.5? What's a 7.5?
Two people. So you and one other person sent me all three.
This is the toy pack with the book in it. I haven't taken it out because
okay.
I don't have the heart yet to.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, right on the spine, there's this hard part that seems to really hit it. So
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that's hard to. Okay, so I'm sorry. Then never mind. I take it back.
But I think people are overpaying for the original, and I don't know if they're underpaying for the newsstand, but I would probably go newsstand on my 1100 versus 700 for the standard.
Mhm.
I do not feel this was a rare printed book. I mean, this was one of the most successful Star Wars novels of all time.
Yeah.
Like in the expanded universe novels, this thing was a monster. So, all right. The other Star Wars book I'm going to throw a bone to because it confuses me and I don't understand it, and I'm not going to question it anymore. This Mace Windu number 5, first Ahsoka in canon, so to speak. There was November 22nd to now 6 sales. The first sale was $150. This was not the last sale. The last sale was $399. That's a hell of a jump. It's a solid cover. There are 2 variants, but they're not ratio variants. There's a Mace Windu action figure variant, and there's an ugly ass La Roca variant. Both of those are selling 62 to 100 raw, no graded sales because not many are graded. There are only 12 of 9.8 in this particular book. Oh, sorry, I added a note. There was a $500 sale today on this one, so I lied. I just had it on page 2. So this book is now a $500 fucking book. Jesus Christ.
Insanity, man. It's just insanity. Star Wars is just blowing up, and it's just list it all, man. Buy it back later, right?
Then and we're gonna get another stimulus.
Yeah,
Get your shit online now because
Yep.
everybody wasted all their money on comics and cards this year.
Chat, I'm not trying to ignore you. I just can't follow both the pictures and you, so we'll try and catch up. But I'm going to turn the corner a bit and just show us a different book. I'm going way to the side. 4-color 199. This is a Barks duck. Donald with a pretty solid cover. Lawman with the sunrise in the back. An 8.0 high grade copy. Sold for $550, which when I was just scanning sales looked pretty impressive. I then kind of dug into the numbers and saw in 2012 you could buy this book for, anybody want to guess?
$80.
$675.
Oh, wow.
So in 8 years you lost a little over $100. In the census, there's 196 and 494s. A file copy, the 9.6 sold in May for $8,400. The 9.4 is down in 2013 from $4,800 to last year for $3,800. You lost $1,000 on that book.
And it's because besides us, people that give a fuck are dying.
Agreed.
I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like I love the Banks covers. I don't have any. I would love to, you know what I mean? At that price, I'm kind of priced out on collecting because that, and also the reason that you're talking about, they're not exactly like the love for Banks isn't like,
Barks.
you know what I mean? You got Barks. Okay. Love for Barks.
You're right. I just thought this was an interesting, people 10 years ago would have bet any amount of money this book was going up.
Sean, do you
And
recognize? Oh, sorry.
Now they're like, shit, I just lost money for a decade on top of inflation. It just felt like the appropriate book to put here in our day.
Well, I'll give you a little tad bit of history here. I would because I was looking at them. save your money and get like $1,000 and you give up to like $1,200 and go buy a 4-color 9, which is the first Carl Barks as Donald Duck, drawing Donald Duck, and I would go that
ridiculous route. Though, isn't that book ridiculous?
No, it's like $1,200 for like a low grade copy. I mean, it's not terrible. Okay. I mean, it could be a lot worse, I think.
Do you guys remember what the book that when Sam Keith homaged this cover?
No.
Do you remember that?
No.
There's a famous Sam Keith cover, and it's like those little characters in the Max. What are those little characters called?
Oh, yeah.
Where he's got it's just that character, and he's doing this, and he's got the hat on, and he's got big feet, and it's a Sam Keith homage to this cover.
I just put this here to say, as sure as we are at the market, just think it through.
Yep.
People thought Donald Duck was the safest investment of all time, and they've been sitting on him. So
yeah,
the world can turn on you. Just don't assume you're safe, no matter how smart you are, or how whatever it is.
Well, also, I mean, like
the world can kick you in your ass,
dude. That's a freaking December eBay auction, also.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like $100 off isn't that big a deal.
But it never went up.
Well, okay, but we'd also technically how many copies have been like, you know, with today's pressing techniques and stuff fixed up and graded and stuff since then to appease people. So, but yeah, I guess you are right. I do definitely agree with you that
you're not putting money in a winner. I'm not saying anything against modern market. I could be putting my money in shitty books.
Yeah,
just be prepared that it's not 100% safe money for any of us. We gotta fucking.
No, I apparently sold all the stuff I should have kept.
Yes, so did we all.
So yeah, all right. I wouldn't say all of it, but Jesus.
More that you look at and go, God damn, I sold that fucking thing. What was I thinking?
Dude, I think I sold a Star Wars 68 newsstand 9.8 for like $250.
Yeah.
Was that $2,000 or something now? Oh, come on, man.
All right, I got a little section of just neat shit that I saw that I don't see every day. This one was a fucking myth, a legend. The DC Comics 20 pack with Batman Adventures 12. Yeah. I have not seen one in a minute.
Yep.
$600 feels like a solid gamble. I don't think it's going to be a 9.8, but
shout out to Steve Horn. We were talking about this the other night with him.
No one knows more about that than Steve Horn.
No. Could you imagine if it was a DCU variant?
Oh,
man?
That would be ridiculous.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
If these were DCU variants, it would go for nuts money. I would probably pay $600 if I would have seen it just to say I have one.
I was in my local comic shop one night, and Jesse James Comics, and dude walks in with one of these and says, I have a couple of these for sale, and this was one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, not recently, I assume.
No, this was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
What was the price? Do you remember?
What did he sell for?
I think he sold them. I think Jesse might have bought them for a couple $100.
Oh, damn it.
He's a reasonable guy, too.
Yeah, I like Jesse, dude.
I met him once in his shop like 5 years ago at the one that's like southeast. I don't know if he only has one or not. And he happened to be there, and he had all these dollar bins. I got DCP 26 out of dollar bin in there.
Yep.
He had a Marvel premiere. I think it's 4. Is that the first
Star Wars?
No. Ant-Man, not first Ant-Man, but the reappearance when
he's Scott Lang.
Yep.
Yeah, for what I could afford, I chose that over the Hulk 271 rocket off the wall. But I still got DC Presents 26 for $1 out of there. And I talked to that guy for probably like 30, 45 minutes at least. And that just doesn't end up happening. And like he was giving his philosophy. He's like, man, look, you know, all these people want to save everything. They want the highest price. He's like, you know, the name of the game for me is to just move volumes and move books. He's like, when books come in the door, my goal is to get them back out the door. And I'm like, dude, he was he seemed like just such a cool guy that it really actually hit me. And I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I probably had similar conversations I sure shit don't remember from any random comic.
He's a businessman.
He also
he's a comic guy. But he's a real
comic guy. Yep.
But he's a comic guy that understands business, not the museum.
Yeah.
Unlike all the rest of them. Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
dude. Shout out to James.
Another fucking ghost here that I surprised I even noticed it sold. I don't see him ever.
Ooh.
Hellboy, the Fury 3 Virgin cover. This thing, Jesus Christ. I saw it. I'm like, one sold. I missed it. I'm kind of pissed. Limited to 200 is the rumor, but I don't even know if that's true. There was some qualifiers, so I'm not even sure that many hit out. There are 44 in the census and only 7 or 9/8. The last sale on GPA was 2018. There were 2 that year, one at 570 and one at 2,000. Hellboy's not as hot as he was in 2018, but man, $1,000 does not seem a bad price if you're a Hellboy fucking fan.
No, man, not. I guess not. I mean, I didn't even know about that book.
Me neither.
It's the one of the ghosts of the.
Yeah,
ghosts.
this is a shout out to Ben Stein. Wasn't this on one of his ghosts articles?
so.
And he
Ghost
just
hunting.
wrote a new ghost hunting article.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why did he not shoot us a video?
That man's busier than anybody I know, man.
All right, I'm gonna keep it moving because I need to pour another drink here sooner than later. This one, holy shit! I didn't even know this was a book. Honestly, I saw this and I thought it was the Marvel Vampire variant. No, this is a true Underworld book. IDW 2004 from the movie. Apparently, this is what the Marvel book homaged. This is the only 9/8 in the census. There's only 2 graded copies in the census, so 9/4 is the other one. The other sale in 2019, which I assume is this copy, was $134. I've seen for a while, because Paul's talked about it too, is these Underworld people at this Kate Beckinsale covers are huge fans. There's been a few of them that are $200-300 books, especially if you get them high grade. I have just never seen this one.
Yeah, where the fuck did it come from?
It just says this is an IDW, no number. There is also a DVD pack listed, so I don't know if they're the same if you look at the CGC census.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a full-size comic came in a DVD pack, though, so I don't know.
All right, yeah. Well, so maybe it is. Well, the thing is, that's the other thing. Like, like you guys were saying with the forum, CGC just gets lazy.
Yes.
So like they're like, oh, what the fuck this is? No number. Send it back to them. If we give them a 9/8, maybe they won't complain.
All right.
You know.
Whatever it is, it's fucking gorgeous, but damn, if there's only one of them and you're a Kate Beckinsale fan,
Imagine that being signed.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably get cracked and signed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this one blew my mind because I don't know if you intended to send it to me this way, but look closely at these.
I did.
These are both Canadian price variants. There's a standard, there's a newsstand, there's a Canadian price variant, and a Canadian price variant newsstand.
Oh my lord.
Yep.
Newsstand is about $2,000, just a tad under. Standard is $700-800. The Canadian price variant sold for $1,500 and change. And the lone Canadian price variant newsstand that I saw on eBay, because it's not separated in the census at all, was between $2,300 and $2,500. I can't tell. There's dual listings, and it's always confusing when it links to another one and you don't know which one sold. But fuck, man, there's 4 editions of this book. Crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna dig into my TMNTs.
So let me ask you guys something. Do you guys think that this book continues to climb?
I don't know.
I feel like there's got to be a ton of them out there.
There are.
I think it's a little. This is my theory. It's like Miles. It's exploded. It's not going to come back down to 0, but I think it hedges back 20%.
I'm so offended. These collectors acting like these Canadian books are worth more than ours. Fucking bullshit, dude.
Damn Canucks. Like I said, I think it's a little overinflated. I don't think it's crazy. I think it comes back a bit.
Yeah, good.
Let's see. This is one Dino sent. Thanks, Dino, for helping me out.
That's what I do.
Why the Last Man? It's got a series. Where's that at? Netflix, Amazon? Where's it at these days?
Oh, dude.
Jeez. I think it was on Amazon, I thought. But
this guy, there have been 22 sales this year. For
FX on Hulu.
FX Hulu. All right. The lowest is 700. The highest is this one at 1250. So it's picking up a little steam. I don't know if it's just boredom or if there's some news that we haven't caught yet. Just for reference on this one, there's 373 9/8 and 428 9/6.
Yeah, it's like the sort of like the I don't know how to say it, slicker, like more plasticky cover. So if that thing took a hit, it's not like regular paper. You'll get it flat and all that. It's just not gonna be quite as easy to get the kinks out of that thing. So that makes sense on all those 9.6s actually.
Not the easiest press, you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, easy to press, but you got to temper your expectations on the results, basically. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that explains it. I never knew that, but yeah. And plus, also that those things, like a lot of them have scratches on them. You know?
Yeah, they're real glossy.
So in the scratch, you can't do much about. You know.
All right, so next book is my random ass Copper Age book I didn't know was worth money. Captain America 241, the Punisher cover. I knew it was a good book, but at 9.8 at a $500 plus, $540. Jesus Christ!
But you gotta remember that the bronze and copper, man. There's no more 9.8 freebies. Those are all gone. They got to be 9.8, or you got to like know somebody at CGC, or somebody needs to have a lot of sex that morning before they grade it, and that's what's going on. Yeah, there's no more freebies in bronze and copper 9.8s.
No, and there's 101 and 9.8. Interesting thing is there is a standard and I guess newsstand. It's the newsstand with the black bar on it, kind of like Transformers 1.
That one.
That kind of, this one has it. It's got the newsstand with the cross on it. But then there's a standard cover. So the standard is $350 and not selling. The newsstand is selling for $5 to $7. But I'm not sure, because in my mind, this is too early for the newsstand to be the rarer of the two.
Exactly, dude. These people are fucking dumb. That's why they don't know.
Yeah,
they don't know. They don't know. At one time, there were a lot more comic stands than comic book stores. People. It's just a damn fact.
So I think this is one that's interesting, and I don't know if the market will change, but just be aware. Don't probably pay the premium. If you want this book, buy the other one and be happy with it.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so we're now to the Nico should cry because he behaved badly section, and this book should make him. A lot of our top couple books, Black Cat 50. There's a 3.5 at auction. I talked to him for a week about this book, about bidding. I thought it was a bit of a disappointing sale because I thought it was going to break 5 and easily head towards 6.
Yep.
Last year, there were 2 sales in the same grade. One was $4,400 and one was $4,450. There are 93 in the census with 84 universal. When you compare this to Sean's favorite book, The Chamber of Chills 19, that one has jumped about 50% in the last 2 years, where this one is trending a tad flat, not flat, but more like a 10% gain. So interesting on that. I think they're both kind of in that same realm of modern collector pre-code horror. Maybe there's more examples of this one. This is a hell of a pretty 3.5 though.
And that was, I mean, this definitely for a very long time, I think was definitely selling higher than Chamber of Chills, right?
It was.
I think it always has. And what's the other one that's the same color? Tomb 15 or something. It's really similar cover, so people get a little can get.
The weird. Tomb of Terror 15. Is that it?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Yeah, very similar. But the Black Cat definitely was. It was higher at one point of.
Significantly higher. Now they've kind of evened. I think this is probably an evening of grade and price.
Yeah.
But this, I will say, this is the prettiest 3.5 I've seen in a minute. There's no like writing on it. There's not a lot of chipping. So I still think somebody did well.
Yeah, most likely.
I'm a little disappointed in Nico not buying it. This one is just me fucking wanting to say it's a random ass book that nobody else watches but me. A 1933 Kellogg's giveaway book, Buck Rogers cover. Beautiful freaking book. It's not really a comic. It's an animated story. The book is amazing when you see it up close. It's a mini comic. A 6.0 sold this month for $550. This guy sold for $305. I didn't even look at the grade. The thing that stuck out to me is there's a letter from Kellogg's, like the original, like sent it with the book letter. These were mailed out to kids that sent in like cereal shit.
So awesome.
I've seen 2 others. I might own one of them. But I just thought it was freaking neat.
That's super cool. That's the shit I love the most, to be honest.
There's only 33 on the census. I don't think many people grade them. I'm not saying it's rare, but I think it's rare above about a 6. A lot of them I see are in that 2 to 4 range. The highest sale I've seen was in 2014, an 8.5 sold for $2K. I'm pretty sure I bid on it back then because I have loved this book forever. But pretty book with a freaking original letter from Kellogg's. So
I would have bought that if I would have known what it was.
It's funny because I'd watched it. It has went through 2 or 3 bid cycles at about $190, and the guy lowered it to like $150, and I didn't notice it sell. People must have bid last minute on it, and they jumped that price. So there was some number that it went below as a starting bid, and people went at it because I saw it 2 times in.
I got to be honest, real quick about heritage and these golden age books and these crazy pieces of history. I was helping. Dino was there too for the heritage guys. I was helping out for that show, and so I watched the show a couple times now. And watching that show really, really made me fall in love with the history part of comics more than ever. Like, some of these books are bigger than just comics history. You know what I mean? They're like, these are big parts of Americana and art and a lot. You know, they're so much bigger than we think they are. Is what I'm getting at. And stuff like that. Like, Jesus, that's amazing for $300.
Well, and to me,
Yeah.
you kind of said something I didn't even think about. This is a book that I would not sell on eBay. You saw in Hell or Heritage, there's some of those old guys with money. This would have probably sold for triple.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. So I've told you I saw 2 other letters, and I have one. The third one I saw had the letter and the envelope. I'm like, fuck you. The envelope that it came in.
Oh, with the envelope, yeah. Well, dude, I used to like keep envelopes. I apparently had saved a bunch of birthday cards like from when I was a kid. I stopped doing this a lot of years ago, but they were going through my garage, and I was like, you know what? It's like you almost feel bad throwing them all away, but you're like, I don't really care. And then like I realized I kept the envelopes with them, and I'm like, nope, not gonna read any well wishes from the history of my life, and just threw them in the dumpster. But if I didn't have the envelopes, I would have opened a couple.
I got a DC off that collection I bought. I got a DC subscription envelope that's still sealed. It's like random flash book, but it's in the envelope, not opened.
I bought a collection from a guy who had a bunch of the original mailers from the comics place, and I kept a couple just to say I kept them. I mean, I sold a lot of the books, but I'm like, it's kind of cool to have a few just to see them. It's comic history, man.
I got one for you guys. I pulled out, this is like about a year ago, I think. You guys might remember this. I pulled out a box that I didn't open, and it was the original. You remember when G.I. Joe had the send away figure that you could send away for, and you could name him and give him his attributes and all that shit? And it was in there, and it had what I originally named the character, all the attributes I had given him on a piece of paper from when I was like 6, 7 years old. You know what I named him?
Oh, no.
The Rapper. He was a ninja. He was a commando ninja that specialized in laser weapons.
Oh, God.
That was my 7-year-old self, or what?
6-year-old dream self.
And the coolest thing you could think of is if he was also a rapper.
Yeah, and he was a rapper. Yeah.
Not with a W, right? Like,
no,
not like a Christmas rapper.
no, like Easy E, because that's who I was listening to at the time. I shit you not, man. I shit you not. I got my grandma to buy me my first 2 tapes. You know what they were? Too Short and Eric B. and Rakim.
Nice.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
All right.
But dude, I love shit like that. I'm right there.
I'm going to try to blow through a few of these, but all great books. This one, LB Cole, Blue Bolt 114, CGC 35, 52 in the census only, a 9.2 lone highest, a 5.0 sold for $1,500. So for this 3.5 to hit close to almost 300 above that, that's a hell of a win. Though looking at it, the colors on this are amazing.
What's up with the listing title? Classic Zero Adjustments to Photos?
means he didn't like touch the color. I think he's saying that it's vibrant.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm just looking at the little thumbnail. It's bright as shit.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, he didn't like use exposure to like.
Yes.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because I'm like, that's a beautiful fucking cover. The colors on that are intense.
they're popping.
Did you see the Blue Bolt 110 4.5?
No.
Sale? It was it went $775, and I love that cover. It's like the gargoyle looking.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
And it's so bright. Yeah, if you look up the 4.5 sold, I think it was yesterday.
It's probably the same collection.
Quite possibly. Yeah, there was another. There was the one that I wanted is actually the cover that you introduced me to. And it didn't sell, but it's completely incomplete. And so, but I'm probably just gonna end up like it's for sale for auction. I think you know which cover I'm talking about. So I'll show it if I win it because it's cheap.
Make an offer on it.
Well, it's missing. It's at auction again, but it's missing. It's a very low start price, but it didn't sell, and I wasn't paying attention. But it's missing like 6 pages. But the price is right for missing 6 pages.
Yeah, pay for the cover, man.
Yeah, I'm paying for the cover. I'm not. What I'm going to read it?
No.
I do read comics, by the way, but I don't read brittle golden age books. Okay,
that you're buying because it's just fucking like speaks to you.
Yeah, exactly.
This one, I don't even see this one come up very often. Cap 78, the last issue in the Golden Age series. Hell of a cover, though. Fighting space aliens, barrel chested as hell. Less than 100 on the census, only 75 universal. 9.2's the highest, sold for $9K this year in September. Which, honestly, if I could own the highest graded Cap of the last issue of the original series, I'd probably pay that. Fuck.
Yeah, 9. That doesn't sound bad at all.
No.
That beauty and a 9.2. I mean, that's incredible.
A 2.5 sold in May for over $1,000. So this one at 3.5 for under or just over 800. That seems like a steal.
Yeah.
Couple more. This one, I don't see this cover enough. It's a fucking amazing cover. Joe Doolin, who, if you do not know him, does some amazing good girl art. This one, just the yellow and the green is gorgeous. 60 in the census, 3 of them at 9.4. Price-wise, this was right in grade, but damn, this is a beautiful book if you're going to buy a Ranger comic.
Yeah, that is nice.
That is dope. I like Ranger comics. I got the Ranger comic. It's the one where she's like stone cold stunning an Native American person, white girl. It's funny. One reason I bought it for like $50.
Ranger has some beautiful stuff, and if you stumble upon that stuff, just look at it. You may find a deal. It's harder than it used to be, but you may find some beautiful stuff there. Last one today. The surprising thing to me, only 20 in the census for this classic Christmas cover comic cavalcade with the original Flash, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman. I don't know the pricing data. I didn't even want to talk about it. I just wanted to highlight that Sunday night, Ben C. and I are doing a vintage voyage highlighting favorite Christmas covers, Golden Age Christmas covers. So check that out. We're going to do an 8 o'clock show, I believe, to let the Star Wars guys are doing a end of the season Mandalorian highlight show with lots of guests and lots of giveaways. So Sunday night, we got lots of content. Check that out. And that is the end of the market report, gentlemen.
Oh yeah. Hey Z.
Now we can get wild. We can do what we want.
Z, put up that Carl Barks or that Donald Duck real quick.
All right.
So this is the Donald Duck we were talking about. All right, now you can take it down. Check it out. There's the Keith.
Oh, the critters.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So this is I have a couple. I pick these up every time I see them. You can find them all the time, but that's
I've seen it, but I don't think I ever connected it.
Yeah.
I know I've seen that cover. I can't remember if I've ever seen it in a bin actually. You know what I mean?
These Critters books have some really cool early Usagi appearances. I think some turtle stuff maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the dope ass Sam Keith homage. So
very cool. I dig it. That stuff. I don't think I would ever connect it as an homage, but now that you say it, I'm like, I won't unsee it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. We talked we've talked a lot about how Star Wars and G.I. Joe and all those books are all going crazy right now. So I'm glad we talked about the eBay stuff tonight because like I said, I'm in the middle of just going through shit and selling. Well, I pulled out some more boxes of goodies to show you guys of the type of shit that I'm finding. And when we talk about Star Wars, right?
I'm just gonna make offers to Brian so he doesn't have to sell.
I know, right? So the here we go. Let me do this. All right, here we go. Check
Look
these
at
out.
you! Look at you, fancy.
This is a dope ass G.I. Joe Commando team with the version 1 of Snake Eyes repaint, version 1 of Storm Shadow repaint, and version 1 of Lady J repaint.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like right now, like going to the store, finding the coolest shit, and then like stuff like I know that's not necessarily like Toys R Us style, but like, and just making fucking boxes and putting them away. Like it can't hurt, right?
No,
like,
I just don't. I don't know because my kids don't do stuff like we did stuff.
I seen a lot of people
Really?
stacking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah.
And stacking it away, like the Nickelodeon stuff or the
new shit?
Stuff. Yeah, the new shit.
Okay.
Look at this. Early Mandalorian. It's got Mandalore the Great on it. This is, years ago before Mandalorian. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do well with that, actually.
I spend a lot of time thinking, what will my kids want 20 years, and I can't figure it out.
There's the.
They won't want anything physical.
Minecraft.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah. I loved Crimson Empire, man. And then, as you can tell, there's another Crimson Empire.
Nice.
These things are selling. This Peter Renna did a really good article. The reason why I'm getting so geeked out about toys lately is because Peter Renna's been dropping these cool little videos on the channel. So if you guys check those out. But this was kind of cool. This whole box full of G.I. Joes from when they re-put them out. So I don't know if you guys remember these, but they put these out a couple years ago and they kind of redid. This one's all fucked up, but it's Serpentor. They kind of redid them. And they're not the 6-inch, they're the 3 3/4 inch.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I fucking just got a ton of them. I don't know. I mean, I must have like each guaranteed doubles of each figure.
You spent so much time in a toy store, you've got on a list, man.
Dude, look at this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're on some list, my friend.
Like, and then,
oh, that kind of list.
Yeah.
Here's G.I. Joe did comic packs.
Oh shit! I've never seen those.
Where they actually, and the covers they're not reprints. They're not the original.
They're like homages.
They're homages. Yeah, they redid them.
I was digging through boxes and I found myself a nice
oh shit
9.6 or above G.I.
Look
Joe
at this one.
Oh shit!
There you go. There's a new G.I. Joe 21 for you guys to be searching for.
There you go. Is that new?
This is from the Valor vs. Venom line. So this is like 10 years old at least.
Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah, but check these out,
no.
dude. So I'm going. Look at these Star Wars things I'm finding. Look at this dope ass fucking General Grievous.
How many toys did you buy, son?
Bro, dude.
Apparently, good amount.
I geeked out over this shit. Look at this stuff, dude. You guys ever heard of this figure?
No.
Dude, this
R2K2?
right here, this is what I love about Lucasfilm and their toys. This was a girl who got sick. So it says here, R2KT was created in 2005 to honor Katie Johnson, a very special little girl who tragically passed away from brain cancer on August 9th, 2005 at the age of 7. Her father, Albin Johnson, is the founder of the 501st Legion, a Star Wars costuming fan club that performs charity work. And they did a figure for her. They call the figure R2KT. It's a pink Astrotech droid.
That's awesome, dude.
Fucking cool, man. This is the type of shit. I will not sell this. This I'll keep.
Yeah.
But that's the type of shit I love. I mean, it sucks that I'm selling a lot of this stuff, but going through
time.
Yeah,
it's
and
time.
finding it's time. It's 100% time.
Yeah,
man.
it's time, man.
AKA Jeffrey the Giraffe. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't make me
dude.
bust out the old school Toys R Us videos. And I see Marco's in there. Yeah, shout out
We
to
should have a topic on shipping toys at some point because toys are
yes.
toys. Like we think comics are tough. I sold a couple toys and I stopped because those folks are crazier than we are.
Yeah, and I take care of them like they're comics when I do it, and I don't sell a lot of them. But like when I do it, but like we used to have PowerCon out here for Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
So I go to that every year. Well, they started making all the goddamn exclusives fucking pre-order, and like they would ship them across the country, and then I couldn't. I went anyway because that's my shit. You know what I mean? But like I couldn't make any money. I couldn't make any money anymore. And I mean, I don't feel like I'm being like a jerk, flipping a con that I paid to go to, selling their exclusive, but they're shipping out their own exclusives. They just get them a week later, and they're toy collectors. They don't care. And then, and that's the one thing you got to be careful. Like when you do like the free shipping, because you don't know what shit might weigh. And I learned that the hard way a lot of years ago with toys. I was like, oh shit. This, you know what I mean? Because I'm just used to most of these comics. So yeah, toys.
I had one that I thought was great, and I packed it like a motherfucker. I had it in the toughest box I could find.
Yeah.
But I put too much packing peanuts in it, and it took a jostle, and it cracked the plastic. The
The bubble.
dome, and I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You gotta wrap it. You gotta wrap them in bubble wrap for those guys before you pat it.
Yeah, I ordered a.
But dude, it doesn't take much to crack that.
Yeah, I know. That's why you can't trust like a flat rate box, because flat rate box something they drop.
You know what I did? I put it in a short box lid so that it had more support than it'd ever have, because those things are fucking monsters.
Yeah.
And then I put it in another box, but I put too many peanuts, and it took one little hit, and it still cracked that thing.
Oof, that's rough.
I ordered a really famous Return of the Jedi figure that they did, where when they re-released Return of the Jedi, they gave these cloaked Luke figures out, and it said, special given at the premiere of Return of the Jedi. And I bought one, and when I got it in the mail, the bubble had completely separated itself from the card. So, but here's something interesting and I've brought this up before, and I love talking about this with toys. Toys back in the day, they had these variants, and some of them were errors that just became variants, And here's a perfect example. So this is the Boba Fett from the Saga line, and you guys can see this is how it's supposed to look. The first couple waves came like this, where the firing jetpacks were on the front like that. So these are like known air variants that I don't know. Back then they sold for more. I don't think they do nowadays, but I love the fact that with toys that they had these, and this happened a lot in the Star Wars lines. There's a lot of those airs like that people know about. So if you guys are into toys and shit like that, you can find out a lot of information. I think we're going to try and really start doing a lot more stuff with toys on the channel, figuring out ways to...
It's a good way to go, man. I mean, think about what's taken off lately. You tell me toys aren't about to hit too? Or they already have, and maybe I haven't noticed?
Look at that Spawn Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah, I got in on that.
Did you?
I'm not sure
I missed out.
Hasn't taken off, my friends.
Huh?
I'm not sure anything hasn't taken off, man. People are chasing Pokemon new shit.
Dude, I just razzed Pokemon. I feel dirty.
I can't do it. I'm like, that's my kid's stuff. I don't want to.
Nah, dude. It's not your kid's shit, dude.
Oh,
There's people
boy.
literally into this. I'm not into it. I wouldn't be embarrassed if I was. I don't know anything about it.
No, but when like my kids can't get Pokemon, it makes me like sad.
Yeah. Oh, that. Well, they all sell out in 5 seconds. So if I'm one of those 5-second people.
Yeah, I don't care. That stuff. I don't want the bad juju on.
Oh, come on. It's not Scooby-Doo Apocalypse.
Yeah. Listen,
The comic community said people are robbing children.
I'm pilfering third world countries for their treasures, so I'll just stay there.
Yeah, me too. I support Nike and Apple. Right? I know I'm going to hell just for that.
Nice.
Did you guys get any pickups?
You want to start?
Yeah, I'll go, I guess. Nothing too crazy. I think I put it in a box already. Let's see. I think it's going to you, Sean. Actually, is it this one?
Sounds good.
No, maybe it's this one. Dude, I got so many fucking portfolios to send you. I'm like, I don't even know what I sent anything.
Let's be professional, guys. Let's keep organized.
I know my words.
God. No, I'm trying to organize in December. Like that is my goal, and it's gonna take into January, but that is still my December goal.
Did I show everybody these books I bought? All these dollar books I bought back in the day, like a week ago? Probably not. I can show you these. Okay. I showed Sean this because I don't know, but I haven't seen any on my comic shop. It's Punk. It's a little mini series. It's got Misfits on it in the back of it. It's like some one-off comic. There's another one-off comic that has, I think, Alice Cooper in it or something. It's like Punk 1 something else, like another mini series. I bought these turtle books these are all dollar books, so I bought some rare turtle books. This one's like a first appearance of somebody. Yeah. So
the City at War shit is not easy.
Yeah, so I got those for $1. They're in pretty good condition. I don't know if they're actually like 9-8able, but I mean, I don't know. Rom Space Knight 1 for $1. I mean, you can't really beat it.
Yeah, that book's been hot for a while.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but it has.
I got a Two Gun Kid number 84 for $1. It was just a 12-cent cover. I mean, I don't think anything special, but for $1.
Some of those covers are Jack Kirby.
Okay,
and those sell for more.
Also,
he didn't always sign it, so you don't know. You might not know by signature. You probably have to look it up.
Also, that Stan and his brother wrote.
Stan wrote some of those. Yeah,
okay, perfect.
Anything written by Stan and any Jack Kirby covers, dude.
It's not gonna be $100 book, but you might get a nice spot out of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull this one back from like G Plus Days 2011. This is X-11. Hold on. It gets even better.
You got a Deadpool card?
Nope. Remember when this was hot back in the day?
Yeah, that was a hot book.
Dude.
Got it for $1.
Dude, I won a Raz for that book in a 9.6 and like the 5th Raz that ever existed like 8 years ago, and I ran around the apartment dancing because it was like $170 book. That book was like $170.96.
The only Raz that Bagley didn't win in the first 5.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah.
We're going back old school, a little extra.
One of my favorite
box. Jesus.
Don't worry. Hey man, it actually, funny story is I hit this dude up. I was like, he lives in my city. I'm like, hey dude, I live behind this restaurant. He goes, oh, I live behind the restaurant too. I'm like, oh, no way. He goes, dude, he literally lived two houses down from me.
So I'm like, these are books that missed a 10-year-ago wave.
Does he know you have a show and that you robbed him?
Don't worry about what I got.
Okay.
I don't tell people that. I just say, I collect everything. So this is Eternal Warriors 4.
I love that book.
This one actually, like, I don't even know if I send it into you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, that Valiant shit. The ones that are just pure paper, like those are easy to fix.
My happiest day in a while, a few years ago, was
the back's probably have to look at.
Picked one of those up for 50 cents.
Yeah.
The happiest thing was there were 2 of them in it.
And then
there you go.
For $50, I showed Z this, but I picked up a Witch's Tale for like $50. And then somebody said it was like a 0.5. It's complete. It has all the pages. The cover's intact on it. So
yeah, the grease pencil thing, you'd have to see how they go.
Yeah, it's like right. You see it kind of like right there, like in the W.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what I would do if I could get a grease pencil and write 5 on it, and they'd be like, "That's a price mark, not a color touch."
Yeah, it says like 12 on it or some shit, or 0C12. I don't know.
If there's a number on it, then that's not color touch. That's some kind of code.
Yeah, it says like 2. Yeah, it's like it says 25 on it or some shit.
Oh, so that's 25 cents, dude. That's fine. That's not resto then. You're
no. It's like grease pen or something.
Grease pen. Yeah, grease pen.
Nobody cares, dude. That's on all those books.
And there's a little red on there, but whatever, dude.
Oh, that's a good buy then.
Yeah.
Like you said something about a grease pen, and I'm like, were they color touching? No, if they put a number on it, that's fine.
I got a Swamp Thing book one time, and I thought it was grease pen on there, like I used to do. And I looked at it one day, like four years later, and I was like, "That's Bernie Wrightson's autograph! Holy shit!"
Oh, nice.
So that's my little. So I met the dude, and he had some. I was talking to Nico before I administratively leave him. He had a bunch of those Image. Remember those all black covers Image did?
hell yeah.
or Valiant did, or you know what I'm saying, all the black. It was like black, and he said one of them. I don't know. He had a ton of them, dude. And I'm like, I don't know. And Nico said there was a couple of them that were pretty.
I
rare,
love
I
those
guess.
for sketches, man.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I should have done that, but it was like
Nothing better than a sketch on an all black cover.
No, it's
Yeah.
the Marvel Night Stalker shit. The
he didn't have any of that. It
Nice.
was,
whatever, that stuff's the best sketch cover stuff.
yeah, it was like Valiant, old Valiant black covers, I think, but whatever.
Death Watch.
Like The Door. I think there was one called The Door.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. So
Yeah, I love that shit, man. That's cool stuff.
thank you.
All
That's
right,
all I got.
Me?
I got Star Wars books. I forgot. I only have 2 books, so I'll be.
Go ahead, Sean.
So I forgot that I got these. It was nice to get them in the mail. I
mine
already made a
came-
proper. They look fucking perfect. So before I have it, and they do come with the little. It's limited to 4,000, but as we know, apparently there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there. So that's one thing I wouldn't shy away from. So for these, the front look perfect. I can't feel any imperfections on here, so I haven't looked at the back. So I'll probably since it's Star Wars, I'll probably grade them. And then same thing, and this is pure flipper material because I'm not in on all the hype, but whatever the Peach Usagi's came into, and that's literally about all I've had. It hasn't really been buying season for me. So yeah, those are my big pickups.
All right. Nice. I'm gonna start. I bought a modern variant. What the fuck?
Oh,
love that
boy.
one.
Are you guys in
Is that a 205? I love that.
Yep.
Campbell is a true CBSI guy. It's fucking Campbell, baby.
205? I've been like, all these young Marvel characters taking off. This one has been a little. Nobody's talked about it. It's X-Men. I'm like, I'll pay a few $100 at the same price it was 6 months ago and put it away.
Great character.
Maybe you can message him on Facebook and you can crack it and he'll sign it for you and get a signed CGCS.
I was actually going to buy it. There was one that I was going to put on the market report, but one went on eBay and it sold for $305. And the only reason I didn't buy it was because I was on the fucking Vintage Voyage with Ben and forgot. So,
Dude, if you don't mind, how much was that? Because I know I had a 9.8. I think I sold it for 200 like 3 years ago.
it's 300. In my head,
Not bad.
it's waiting. At that price, it's too cheap.
Yeah.
Too cheap.
Yeah, there's a second print too with Storm on the cover that's really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gosh.
That thing took it. Yeah.
All right. The rest of them are foreign because, goddamn, that's what I buy. But a buddy of mine sold me a UK.
Australia?
It's not a Pence variant. It's a UK press one. It contains Detective 153 and Batman 82 with a cover that I do not think is in any of them. Is a kind of paper cover, so very fine but real nice coloring on it. Cheap, and I took it. I bought this book with it, and it was kind of the throw-in. The
oh, nice.
early
Batgirl or Detective Comics 357. Yeah.
It would be a high 9, but there's a very small pinhole in it. I have no idea what the pinhole is from. It does not look like a not like
It's an attack, maybe somebody hung it.
I don't know. Maybe it's a early spot of an Eaton thing, but it's so small you can't even see it unless you really knew where it was. But this is a beautiful book. The Scandinavian books are they were early comic adapters. It's Brazil, Mexico, UK, sort of Australia, and Scandinavia, man. Those are where the comics started, and that's where the collectors are. So this one is real tough, and I really like the pink cover. It kind of gives a little unique flair. That same seller threw in a book for me that is an Indonesian bootleg. Best I can tell, it looks like a ripoff of the Flash TV series, but he sent it to me because of my love of creepy ass clowns.
But is it a double cover?
It is not. Oh God, I didn't check. It is actually like a cardstock cover. So,
And did Frazetta
Honestly,
sign
that's a pretty fucking cool cover, dude.
like, it's fucking just creepy. Like, the Indonesians just redrew everything. So you'll find comics like Star Wars 1 and all these things that look sort of like the comic, but they redrew it. They didn't want to pay licensing fees. 2 more. I upgraded my Spanish 300 majorly, this one is at least in the 9s, if not a little higher. And I paid very little more than I did for my shitty copy, so happy about that. And this one is fucking the score of a while. The Brazilian bats with the iconic Joker cover. The guy sold it to me as a 9.0. I think it might be more in the 9.4 plus range. I mean, this thing's a monster. I have not got a chance to check the back out yet, and maybe there's something I have not seen, but damn it, it is the most gorgeous fucking Brazilian comic I've seen from this age ever.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. And I will put that away and wait for the rest of the world to catch up to me. And that's me.
Cool.
Yeah,
Congrats,
that's good
brother.
stuff.
That's a score and a half, man. Love those Neil Adam books. Very cool.
If you
Only
actually,
thing-
can I share a story?
Let's hear it.
I thought I scored the nicest ASM 129 in Brazil the other day. And the guy that was my intermediary goes, I just got to tell you something. We had a price. We had to negotiate. He goes, they replaced the staples.
Oh, God.
So the thing is, in Brazil, they use steel staples, but Brazil is hot and fucking humid. So steel rusts. So the serious collectors there, like their bag and board is take the staples out.
Oh, wow. So wait, okay. So
They took it out early.
dude,
Does it look like it?
Well, no, but they replaced it with copper staples instead of steel.
Oh, the old Lithuanian variant. I see.
But I'm like,
oh yeah.
I see.
so I'm sitting here in a conundrum
God
of
pulled those too fast. I was like, I wanted them on the wall all weekend. He's lost. Gave him away for $10. Oh, son of a bitch.
the conundrum is this is what the serious collector did, but the we won't accept that for a long ass time until we figure out there aren't any.
Not if you keep giving this information out, man. I'm telling you, like this information. That's what I was talking to. We were talking
Would
to.
any of you pay a premium price for a book with replaced staples?
I don't know, man.
In a situation like that, yeah. If it's part of the way that they collect, yeah.
If it's a rare book, if it's a real rare book, I would. I mean, like, who do you care if Batman one had to replace staples?
People in the native country won't pay that number. It's only us fucking dumb Americans.
Dude,
And-
you go ahead. Go ahead.
I just don't know. I backed out of the sale because I'm like, I can't do it because it's going to take the culture 10 years to accept that.
Well, are you trying to flip your foreign collection? I guess that's the other thing.
No, but I mean, I don't want to overpay for something that I'm paying 5 years in advance for.
Can you check the CGC census?
There isn't one,
Well,
but it's going to be
how the fuck
conservative.
how do they know that? How they know that should happen then?
They could tell conserve staples. I mean, they're used to staples changing. I in my mind, they would catch that because there was rust-ish, like light thing, and then all of a sudden you got clean copper staples.
And just because we're talking staples, so my friend doesn't even know this yet. I don't know if he's listening or not. He'll find, but like he sent me this to press. There are 0 staples in this book. And he never pulled it out. I'm sure he didn't pull it out of the bag because the front looks. I mean, it's a 9.8, but there are no staples. Like it's almost a no press 9.8, but like you can I can take the cover off.
So do you get a cue for that?
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't see very many no staples books, and I wanted to hit him up about it, but I just found it, and it's just literally like there's no staples. So with the a rare hot, or well, somewhat hot, but rare variant, rarer, whatever you want to say, like
Worst
it might be worth subbing, dude, because it's honestly 9.8. Like there's no, I mean, except there's no fucking staples.
I think you could
Is that a green 9.8
no staple edition.
or something like manufactured with no staples? It's obviously manufacturing. There are no holes,
Well, there's no spine ticks from those no holes.
No, there's not.
Maybe it comes back a 9.9 green.
Yeah, that would be amazing. A 10.0 green. It is literally like a perfect comic. Like, I'd have to be very careful. Pressed it.
So I just read.
I can't press the staples into it.
Okay, so I read.
It's gotta be a real easy job.
Not that I do that, but you see a lot of books that do that.
I read this. This is 2012 before the conserve label. Obviously, it said the guy sent a few Charltons like that to CGC. They got green labels, and it was as a notation manufactured without staples.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That's what it'd be. It might be worth something to somebody. Like there's enough of us niche weird people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a first appearance or anything, but.
Now, if it has here's another thing, so everybody can chew on this one. If it has one staple, either top or bottom, it gets a blue label because that's a manufacturing error.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah, I'm not
That
surprised.
is.
Oh, I remember somehow I sent an Avengers 55 to CGC. It's the most beautiful book I ever seen. Got a green 9.2. It must have been in transit because the staple wasn't popped when I sent it. And you don't find Avengers 55s with in a 9.2 raw anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not very often.
No.
And the funny thing is, I had a couple of those books. That's the first Ultron. So Age of Ultron. That's when I was trying to find those, and I found more than one copy with that bottom staple popped. Is that old school Jedi glass there?
That is.
If you collect 50s DC, they all have fucking staple pops, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with golden books too. They just golden paper was they had so many different printers and stuff like that. You don't know how golden paper is always necessarily going to react.
Well, and the other thing too is
Marvel Silver Age was definitely better than DC.
well, and the thing too. Okay. So yeah, and the thing you do is you press your book, so you would know if you pops your own staple. You know what I'm saying? You check, you know what I'm saying? It's a different. It'd be like me and I just send a book out. You'd be like, well, maybe it popped. Maybe my pressure popped it, even though you press on my books, but maybe a third party pressure popped it. But
Well, dude, they just shit happened back then.
Yeah,
and a fucking 7-year-old piece of paper. You know what I mean? And then the worst to me is a really high grade. It's usually older book. This never happens on new books, but a really high grade older book, and I open it up and I'm this is gonna be amazing, and the centerfold's fucking popped, and I'm like, I hope you checked that before you bought it.
The only person I've seen it was Z actually who got a centerfold. You got a plus on it. Was it a Doom Patrol 99 that you got a plus on where centerfold was detached?
No, I didn't get a plus. I did the research. And Overstreet calls it a 4, but CGC, if the comic is nice enough, will let you go up to a 7.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's never coming out of the fucking case.
Yeah.
Nope.
And they're in the business of making money.
Out of a 7, but a way upside of a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're in the business of making money. They're not in the business of giving you accurate grades. We all have to remember that.
They're on their own scale. We don't need to know their scale. They don't care.
No, the scale's not accurate. Just so you know, I've seen a good enough sample size that makes no fucking sense. So
I'll pay the number, not the grade.
Yeah.
100%.
It's weird, man. It is weird. Listen, you know what we didn't do tonight? We did not even really touch much on the craziness that happened because every other podcast is talking about Disney Shima. So you guys catch some of the other shows that are coming up this week. I'm sure you're going to hear a lot about all the news that's going on. All the
Modern
craziness.
Playbook did a bunch of
Modern Playbook played it. The Tales from Dark Side hit on the Star Wars stuff. I mean, we could talk on it for days, but you've already heard it.
Yep. So we appreciate everybody that joined us tonight. Remember to keep an eye on the Hot 10 this week. We'll be giving away a set of these books, so make sure you guys tune in live to the Hot 10 on Friday night. And other than that, is that anything else, boys, you can think of?
Oh, man, looking forward to it.
All right. Later, guys. We will see you next time. Peace out.